What happens when you give people power, remove oversight, and call it science? This is Tales from the Transcript, where science tells a story, and sometimes that story is complicated. Back in 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo recruited a group of psychologically healthy collegemen and randomly assigned them roles as guards or prisoners in a mock prison built in a Stanford basement. The goal was to study how power and social roles shape behavior, and the plan was to run it for 2 weeks. It didn't make it close. Within days, the guards were enforcing rules that didn't exist, humiliating prisoners, depriving them of sleep, and pushing punishments that turned prisoners against each other. The prisoners weren't just uncomfortable. They showed real psychological distress, including panic, dissociation, and emotional breakdowns. And here's what usually gets left out. This wasn't a neutral experiment revealing human nature. Zimbardo didn't stay on the sidelines. He stepped into the system as the prison superintendent, shaping the environment and setting expectations for how guards should behave. They were encouraged to maintain control and create powerlessness, pushing the prison to feel real. Cruelty wasn't ordered, but it was reinforced. Kindness wasn't banned, but it wasn't rewarded. That pressure, that heat, was built into the study. So what happened wasn't spontaneous evil. It was what happens when authority, expectation, and lack of oversight collide inside a closed system. The experiment didn't end because researchers stepped in. It ended because someone from the outside walked in and saw what was happening and said, "This is unethical." And she was right. The real lesson isn't that people inevitably become monsters with power. It's that systems can normalize harm fast when there are no guardrails and no one empowered to push back. The good news is that science didn't stay there. Modern research shows power doesn't automatically corrupt. Accountability and transparency matter, and people resist harm when systems allow dissent. And that's why this study would never be approved today. You don't embed researchers in authority roles. You don't steer participants towards harm, and you don't watch people break down without intervening, because science is supposed to reduce harm, not recreate it. If there's a moment from science or research history you want us to talk about next, drop it in the comments below. Science tells a story, science is feral, and science is chaos.